Hi, my name's Andrew Daniel Slot. I'm the first South African-born Australian to win Survivor. It's pretty fun kind of doing the application process for Survivor and actually reflecting on your childhood and actually realizing that every point in your life has kind of brought you to this moment. Growing up in apartheid South Africa is actually a really interesting upbringing, because you just learn that only the fittest survive. You constantly have to compete against the elements, whether it's politics or racial issues or even crime. And you just have to find ways to almost engineer your way through life. It's taught me to be very independent, that I couldn't rely on someone else just to get through life. So growing up in South Africa was obviously quite an interesting experience, but I think growing with a family from very different backgrounds is even more interesting, because my dad was quite a strong, hard ass from Holland, very particular in the way that we behaved and did things. While my mom was a very social, loving person. So I think I learned a lot from their different personalities, and it's kind of molded me into the person I am today. I get that kind of wanting to compete and always win mentality from my dad, and the more social aspects learning to kind of blend with those around me to get the best outcome from my mom. I'm a massive fan of pushing myself to the limits. I've done everything from skydiving, bungee jumping, to extreme sports, snowboarding, you name it, I've given it a go. I mean, with triathlons, I've competed from state championships to world champs in Chicago not even a couple of years ago. I've won individual competitions at a state level. I have podiumed several times. But there's always this need or want to continually compete with yourself and even get better. Even if you're winning, there's something else that you can do better at. And I think that mentality is something that I experienced both in sports and in my corporate life. I'm constantly competing against myself, and I think that will come through even on Survivor, when I'm not only competing to win challenges but also to win Survivor itself. I think with age, I realized it's more than just physical strength and ability. You have to combine that ability with a mental capability and endurance that I've got through working in this corporate environment and running a consulting firm. Through that experience, I've actually learned a lot more about corporate strategy and understanding how to manipulate or comprehend decision-making processes in consumers in order to, sell people more goods, to promote brands around Australia. I think that kind of ability to assess people's behaviors and their decision-making process makes me a lot more analytical, and I think that's another key trait that's really going to help me win Survivor. I wouldn't want to play me. People misinterpret my age as a weakness, but I think I've learned that I can hide some abilities to bring out at critical points where I need to either win a challenge or play with a particular group of people to get to the outcome that I want. I'm Andrew Daniel Slot, and I'm going to win Survivor.
The things you do for Survivor submission 2019, baby.